frame, relate with a model. Say my name, till tomorrow. We can bang and rain till tomorrow. Just a grain of May remains in the morning. Say my name, till tomorrow. We can bang and rain till tomorrow. Just a grain of May remains in the morning. Wanna use the frame, relate with a model. Say my name, till tomorrow. We can bang and rain till tomorrow. Just a grain of May remains in the morning. what's going on, guys? What's going on? How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's doing amazing. Hope everybody's doing well. Welcome, 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 welcome. Let me know in the chat if you guys can hear me and you guys can see me on your screen. We're gonna get started here in a few minutes. And we're literally waiting for a few more people to hop on. I understand. I changed the schedule. I did change the schedule 1 hour later. We're gonna adjust to it because, as you guys saw the merge, right, there's a lot of different schedules overlapping and whatnot, but we will adjust to it. But we're gonna keep the schedule for now, just so you guys are aware. We're gonna keep the same schedule for now, and we're gonna touch some important things today. We're gonna touch some important things because I'm sure some of you saw, and we're gonna talk about that idea that, when the market breaks above and it's still there, and the market breaks below and it's still there, and the market breaks above, right? I think some people are forgetting the big picture and remember the confirmations behind them, right? We need to wait for those confirmations, those market closures, candle closures, which are very, 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 very important. So please, let's just wait 1 more minute, 2 more minutes for a few more people to hop on. Because I understand, the hours switched up last week, and I mean, it's on the schedule. It's already on the schedule, on the Go Live schedule, the change of it, if I'm not wrong. But give me a minute or so. Let's give some other people. I'm going to put the link in the chat so you guys can share with all the groups and everybody that you guys have, or friends or people that are partners in the academy. But definitely, we'll get started in 1 minute, guys. Okay, 1 minute, we'll get started. All right. Let's get this show on the go, guys. How's everybody doing? Now, I hope you guys can see me. All right. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. What days am I on Go Live? Let's go through it right now before we get started. So we'll go through the days of Go Live so you guys are aware. Let me open it again just so I don't close the channel. We'll go to Go Live, English channel. There it is. And then we're going to go to Forex, foreign exchange, right? And then we're gonna go to my AUROUS channel. So you guys can see it there. It's 10 a.m. Obviously, it overlaps with a lot of people, like Patrick's on. There's a lot of overlapping going on. So you guys are aware that, I mean, it's gonna take some time to adjust it, but these are the times for my AUROUS scanner. 10 a.m. Monday, 10 a.m. Tuesday, 10 a.m. Thursday. Okay, so that's very important. So we're all on the same page. Is there gonna be one more adjustment? I mean, guys, like, as we can see, there's a lot of people on at 10 a.m. There is literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, that's 10 p.m. Sorry. Okay, so there's 5 people on at 10 p.m. 6 including myself. So I mean,
it's something that we can look at, but for now I think it's very important that we just keep the sessions at a time where everybody can plug in and everybody can see the trainings, which is very important. All right, so those are the hours, so you guys know. um, Now we can start going into yours. So let's go into AUROUS, and let's talk about the situation we had over here, because this was a very hard working zone. So we'll make the zone. I want to make the zone exactly how it would be shown here, right? So let's make the zone. I'm gonna make the zone just so you guys know. Make the zone, and then 24.5 would be the other. Let me do this. It's a little bit easier if I just put the coordinates in. So let's do this. We'll go coordinates. The top of the zone is 25.5 and the bottom of the zone is 24.5. Okay, so that's the golden zone there. Okay, that's the golden zone that was there. Now I want to touch something with you guys. Remember, depending on the time frame that you are and depending on the retest candle, right? The retest candle, how the candle closes outside. So look at this. So this is what I want to go over. Okay, so we go. Markets inside, breaks out. This should have been a check mark. Retest candle coming back down. Okay, let's look at the possibilities of coming back to the zone. Retest candle closing inside. Okay, retest candle closing inside. So that's not an active retest, right? Breaks back down. Next candle, right? This is a retest candle. Okay, position taken from there. So 15 pips from there, 15 pips down. So if we look from here to here, it gave 7 pips. Okay, so the reaction there didn't actually hit exit 1. It would have been great, but it didn't hit exit 1. But looking at it would have helped a lot. You know what I mean? Next, zone doesn't disappear. Zone just resets itself and goes at it again. You know, we get the candle breaking above. Retest candle, right? Didn't touch. Next candle closing bullish. Next candle retesting, closing inside, right? So not an active trade because we closed inside the trade, the zone. Remember, the retest candle has to close outside of the zone, right? So not an active trade. Stays back up. Candle closes below, right? Retest candle. This candle we can say is our retest candle. Closes right below, right? It extends, gives, you know, regardless if you went on this one or on this one, right? Or some went in here, or right, this would have been the move. It gave 19 pips, but it's fine. If you weren't able to get it, let's keep going, right? This is a little bit more events. Zone doesn't disappear yet, but it hit exit 1, right? Comes back to the zone. Retest candle, close inside the zone, nothing happens. Close outside the zone, okay? The buy is not active yet. Why? Because the retest candle closed inside the zone. So bearish momentum starts. Break, way too far gone down, and then continuation. So I want you guys to understand how this would work right here, right? Remember that our retest candle has to be always a candle opposite to what the market is. So let's talk about it a little bit this way, right? We have it like this, right? It's completely gray, correct? We get our candle that breaks above, right? Candle breaks above. Now, our candle has broken above. Perfect. We get the check mark, right? This is a confirmation that our idea or our zone is about to turn gold. So boom, check marks on, candle turns gold. Okay, now that the candle turns gold, we wait for the retest. The next candle, the retest doesn't make it all the way down. This is as far as it makes it. Okay, nothing we can do. Next candle goes back up, right? Does this. Bam. Next candle comes back down. almost touches the retest zone, right? Doesn't touch the retest zone fully, right? Next candle comes. Next candle comes, touches the zone, but it closes bullish, right? Touches the zone, but it closes bullish. That right there does not mean that is a retest. That is not a retest. Remember that the candle that touches our zone has to be bearish and close bearish. It cannot close bullish. If it closes bullish, it means that the box doesn't actually, you're not actually working the price action how it's supposed to be. It's gotta close bearish and touch the zone, right? So like, let's say for example, let's get rid of this. Goes bearish, touches the zone, and it closes back up, but we have a wick. That is a retest. You guys get me? Let me know in the chat if you guys understand what I'm talking about when I say that. For an example, let's say here. This is the example I'm putting. You see how that candle retested, but it closed bullish? We need the retest candle that touches the zone to close bearish, as in like retest, that it touched the zone and it closed above bearish. For example, let's say, hold on. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Show you guys a good example. So let's say this right here. Let's say for this example, let's say that this candle broke. You notice how the next candle, the opposite, closed opposite to that and touched the zone. Let's say an example, right? That would be an example for say if that was the zone, right? It's off a little bit. It's up 1 pip, but I want to use it as an example. So that's how I wanted to close, right? In regardless the size of it, right? It doesn't matter if it's bigger or if it's smaller, but as long as it closes that way, then we have the confirmation for continuation. Okay, you guys follow me there? You guys got me? That's one thing I wanted to explain. Because we're waiting for the candle to close outside the zone, we still use the parameters given or stick to a 15 pip actual entry. Okay, so this is a very good question. So, sorry, let's go back to yours. So, once the idea closes, and let's go back to my drawing here. This is once the idea closes, and let's say this is our example, okay? Once the idea touches the zone, okay, boom, touches the zone. This is where a lot of us say, oh, this is the best price, this is the best point to get in, this is the best. Yeah, it's the best, but sometimes it's the riskiest. So it touches, it starts reacting up, and it closes like this, right? We have a wick from here. So you say, okay, Christian said the retest candle touched and it closed, so that means the continuation, and AUROUS says the continuation is there, right? Yes. You take action from this level, it's not a wrongdoing. You're actually doing okay. But what you got to keep in mind is that from your point of entry to the downside, you have to measure 15 pips and use the 15 pip line. Because if you use the parameter for AUROUS, you're going to have more than 15 pips, because the 15 pips is based on as soon as it closes above the golden zone. You guys see that there's a crosshatch line that pops up, right? And it says zone of action, right? That's the zone that ideally we want, because why? From this point to this point, it's 15 pips. You guys get me? So that's one thing we gotta keep an eye on. Okay, you guys might be asking me, okay, so what are you waiting for? Are you waiting for bullish or are you waiting for bearish? Is that signal that's on there, is it still valid? No, that's not valid. I'm waiting for literally for it to come down, create a golden zone right here, and then I can look for bearish continuation to the downside, because obviously comparing the dollar strength, dollar strong, but I'm looking for something like this. Okay, so that's very important, very important. Let me know if you guys understand. Let me know if you guys have any questions on that part. Let me know if you guys understand, if you guys have any questions. So is it your recommendation after we get the close above below, should we enter right away or wait for it to come back down? You can wait for it to come back down to the zone. Like, that is the best way to do it. Like, a lot of people want me to tell them, what is the best way. Obviously, the best way would be for it to come back down to the zone and touch the zone and close above the zone. That is the best way, because you're going to have the best zone of action. But like I said, it's not always sunshine and rainbows with gold. Sometimes the volume pushes so much that this closure, the next candle, can come and just take off without you. And then you're going to say, oh, but the parameters from AUROUS aren't right, So that's why I teach you guys the ability of you guys taking action on your own, that it doesn't necessarily have to close at the zone. It just necessarily has to touch the zone and create that price action that you can look for the continuation from. Obviously, the best scenario is for it to close above and you look for the continuation. Like, what was it? Yesterday night, we had a nice bearish momentum. Very nice, clean, bearish momentum. It's because it's been working up that zone quite some bit. I can't find this is yesterday's night. Very nice bearish momentum. The break and retest happened. It happened one more time. So that's the thing, that when the one thing I want to talk to you guys next is that when we're seeing gold consolidate in a higher time frame, as in like this, or let's say, for example, like this, you just have to be patient, because look at all this action is happening on the 1925. Look at all the action that happened. So 1925 to 1925.5, it called a buy. It also called a sell, right? So that's the one thing you got to remember. This is the sell from last night that I'm telling you guys. Really, really, really nice sell. Really clean sell. Clean sell last night. Okay? So that's one thing we got to keep in mind. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Why is the zone now valid now? Because it's already moved. It's already gone up and down many times. Like, look, it's gone up. Try touching it. Come back down. Try touching it. So now, if it breaks up and you understand basic price action, if it breaks up, the market's probably going to come up to this zone. So you're going to be taken out if you're coming to look at it, right? Look, the check mark was already done, because it saw the close outside of the zone, right? So that's one thing you got to pay attention, and you guys have to be patient. Like, if you see that there's too much that happened already, like the market, came down, started bouncing up and down, consolidating in the exit zones, you see check mark, you see flag, you see check mark. Guys, just forget about it. Don't waste your time thinking that if it comes back to the zone. No, guys, think about it. These are quick moves. Right, so these are quick moves, and the majority of the time these moves hit exit within 30 minutes, 35 minutes. So if you think about it, and I look at the time ago, and it says 35 minutes had passed, and I look at the box and I say, oh, okay, there's a lot of price action going on. I'm gonna leave that alone because it's already moved too much in there and it's already played around. That is the best way to look at it. You simply have to say, okay, what you have to look for is, where is my next closest institutional level, or like gray line, right? So you look down and you say, oh, you know what? We crossed the 1920. That's where my last zone was. Now I'm about to cross the 1925 if it does break. You know what? I'm just going to wait. And if it breaks this 1925, I can look for continuation to 1910. Because if I see the dollar's still strong. Remember, if the dollar is above 50, we always look for bearish momentum on gold. Okay, if the dollar is below 50, then we can start contemplating about looking bullish momentum, right? You guys understand what I'm saying? You guys understand so far? Let me know in the chat. Clear, boss, clear, amazing. Yes, understand. Why not the idea right now valid? I just explained that. I just explained why the idea is not valid. Perfect, makes sense. Okay, so it has to be a nice clean. Thank you. Yeah, you want nice and clean moves when it comes to the market. Like, the scanner is based of my strategy, and I want nice and clean moves. Like, what you guys have to understand is that the scanner is based on a simple move, right? The scanner is based on a move that we need to have a break of structure or a break of institutional level, and then we need to have that retest. Okay, so once we have zones that consolidate before that retest, so you have like it gets closed and then it comes back and then it gets closed again and then it comes back, things starts getting a little tight, right? You start questioning, okay, so now if it's doing this, it could possibly break above and it's not going to respect, or if it breaks below, it's going to go a lot further down. So that's when you start saying, okay, so this idea, I can forget about it. If it was the first time it came down and it was coming back up, I would say, okay, for sure, use that idea to look for that continuation. But when the market sits here and is bouncing up and down, getting close, it's pointless, guys. Don't bother wasting your time and your emotions dealing with situations like this. Try to find the simple break and retest, simple moves like these, and then those are the ones that work. Remember, it generates ideas every time it sees that consolidation zone near those institutional levels. So how many times can gold cross an institutional level within a day? It could probably do it several times. So it does not necessarily mean that you have to take the idea that is visible to you there. If we go to 15-minute, some are going to say, okay, so what about 15-minute? Can I use the 15-minute one? Same idea. Big extension, check mark is there. It's already been chilling at the exit. If you look at it and you say, okay, that is an institutional level, but it's past more than an hour now, and it's a 15-minute time frame, 30-minute time frame. Okay, 30-minute time frame is completely not even looking at that zone. It's saying, okay, there's no idea going on in the 30-minute time frame, because from the idea I had before, it just smacked right through it, right? So that's very important. That's very important. Okay. Okay, so that's one thing. Another thing we want to look at is, I know the graph is not there and we have it as the DXY meter, strength meter. But guys, sometimes it is good just to take a quick peek at that DXY, at that dollar index, and you'll be able to understand what trend or how the strength of the dollar is. You know what I mean? So if you look, dollar has been bullish since the end of August, just really pushing even further, like since this is the last bearish momentum here. Since July has been bullish, right? And it now has broken a very important zone. So those are things that we got to keep in mind that can help us work a little bit better on gold, that can help us have that patience. So if you see the DXY shooting up and you see that by any chance gold hasn't acted yet, and you see that it's waiting for that retest to look for either bullish or bearish, regardless if it's shooting up or shooting down, either or, just be patient and wait. Be patient and wait for those candle closures. It's the best thing you can do. Should we play the same zone which disappeared earlier at the same level? Which zone? Let me refresh just to see if we're seeing the same thing. Which zone? This one on the 15? No. Remember, I just explained it. The 5-minute, nothing either. 5-minute, nothing either. Right? So that's very, very important. Let's see what else the chat says. Sorry, guys. This class is going to be saved and recording. Yes, it is. How long do you wait on the 30-minute time frame before abandoning the idea? Usually about an hour, hour and a half. 30-minute time frame's a little bit longer. Right? So I keep that in mind. 5-minute time frame, usually 30 to 45 minutes. I just say, okay, forget about it. And like you said, you've seen this is past more than an hour. Now, some of you are going to say, what if I take that idea that it's right there? Is that a good thing or a bad thing? So you just got to think about it. Think about price action. This is a little bit more advanced for some people. This is something that, you need to obviously built in with experience and whatnot and working the market. Um, so we have simple resistance, right? If this candle manages to close above this level, there's a high probability that the market is going to come back to this range over here, right? Because that's the closest price action. We have a very clean bearish momentum, bearish movement, that if we have bullish momentum, yes, even though we have an institutional level, it could use it more as a support now to reach that level, right? And then once it reaches there, we can see a bearish continuation even harder, right? So it's understanding a little bit more than what's visible to you. And like I said, understanding where the candle closes. It's very important that you keep an eye and keep a close look and pay attention and where the candle closes. That is one of the things that's going to help you the most, paying attention where the candle closes. Remember, candle closing is the most important thing. Sorry guys, I'm just plugging in my computer here because I just seen the message that we're about to die. Okay, but that's very important. Okay, very important. Candle closure. So if the candle closes above this, then there's a possibility that yes, it will reach this. But now you guys are going to say, okay, but you're telling us that now, but what if it reacts when it gets to that zone? That's something I can't really have control over. I can only have control of what I'm risking and what the market has showed me. So from my understanding, if I see the market close above this level, right, after creating a support level, right, creating price action, I'm pretty sure that's a 4-hour level also. If we look here, I just don't want to switch euros to 4-hour. We look at 4-hour, right, that's also a 4-hour level right there that we can see. 4 hours, right? So certain things we're going to keep in mind. Those are things we got to keep in mind. So if it does manage to come back up, what would you guys do? Let me know in the chat. If it manages to go back up to the zone, and I know I already told you guys what to do, but what would you guys do? Being honest, what would you guys do? Skip it. Run away. Nothing. And wait, not taking it. Exactly. You just gotta wait. You just literally gotta wait. You can't stress yourself. Just wait for the market to show you the crosses on those zones. So you think about it. Okay, I'm gonna think this a little bit. I got this big candle, right? Market's pushing up. What do you guys think? Would it be better understanding price action and what we just talked about, and understanding gold? The zone pops up, and let's do this scenario. Would it be better to wait for the market to get into the zone, right? To get into the zone, consolidate itself here, and then once more let you know where it's gonna go, either bearish or bullish. And then what you're gonna do is, obviously, we're gonna measure from here to here, 15 pips. Boom, we got more than 15 pips to that zone that we were talking about. So we got more than 50 pips out to here. And then from here to here, definitely more than 15 pips for sure. Yep, 30 pips. So look at that. Just by simply waiting, we will be able to determine where the market's going to go, and I guarantee that golden zone is going to help you out, and you're going to be able to hit at least exit 1 if it's bullish, or exit 1 if we continue bearish momentum. I would love to see the bearish momentum, the continuation to the bearish momentum, just because it correlates very well with what the DXY is doing. Okay, so look at the DXY coming back down to do the same thing, retest that zone, right? And then possibly having that continuation. Now, one thing we got to look into, obviously, we got news tomorrow, Tuesday. We got news, CB consumer confidence, and then we have the Richmond Manufacturer Index and new home sales. S&P, CS Composite. Okay, we also have news on the S&P. So we got quite some stuff going on that we got to keep an eye on. For tomorrow, for the rest of the day, I think I think we will have the continuation to the bearish side, to be honest. On my opinion, we're gonna see bearish momentum on gold a little bit more. Maybe Wednesday, Thursday, we'll start seeing the retracement on the bullish momentum. Okay, let me know if you guys have any other questions. I'm not taking it. I'm not taking it. Would you avoid taking a trade if it is against what the dollar meter is saying, even if the setup looks good? No, no. It's good to keep it in mind, but let's say you're gonna come across that situation that, you have a nice, zone that the market broke, and this looks like a very good retest. You got institutional levels. You got smart money concept. But everything lines up. The only thing that doesn't line up is the dollar. It's fine. You can sometimes go against the currency strength and not look at it, because the market follows price action very well. But I'm talking on it as in my experience with reactions, right? I'm looking at reactions. Remember, the market can react, but in the long term, it could come back down and have its continuation. So that's very important to keep in mind. But sometimes, if the gut feeling is there and you say, you know what, it looks good, I have all this, I have support, I have institutional level, the candle closed on top, AUROUS looks good, you got all the confirmations, then yeah, go with your gut feeling. Just remember, use risk management, and then look for that reaction. And there goes that bearish momentum. See, I want to see bearish. I want to see bearish. Okay, what else? You guys got any more? You guys got any more questions? Let me know in the chat if you guys have any more questions. One thing we do have to talk about, and I hope you guys did work on this. Gold Watch sent a sniper. Hope you guys had it. It was more of a swing trade. It was there on the alert panel 3 days ago. As of Friday, I think it was put on. So very, very nice idea. There's the zone of action. There's the invalidation level. Just hitting exit one, really, really, really good idea. Let me know in the chat if you guys worked on this too, because like I told you, there's opportunity for for long term and short term. So let me know what you guys think. Okay. Pum. Sorry guys, just responding. Some of the programmers here texting me about the scanner, if everything's working good during all those volatile movements, if whatnot. Let's see what the chat said there about who used that opportunity with Gold Watch. Really, really nice idea. Really, really nice turnout on that. Let's see what the chart says. Should have taken them all. I got some of it. Amazing. I was waiting for the 1930 to be hit. I'm in that one. Watching EU on the 1 hour. Oh, there's an idea on EU in the 1 hour. Let's check it out. An hour ago. An hour ago, EU broke that zone, so it's a good area. I like it. Yep. Looking for a retest to have that continuation. So if EU is being available for bearish, what do you guys think? The possibilities of looking for that bearish momentum on gold also, right? Because we got to keep in mind they're both they're both against the dollar. So if one's gonna go down, right, the other one we most probably will also go down itself, right? So it's one thing we got to keep in mind. Amazing, amazing. So I did see some people there taking advantage of that. Like I said, guys, wait on that zone there, wait on that area. Don't stress it, just wait out. The best thing you can do is just, be patient. Obviously, like I explained to you guys, that's been almost more than an hour. Then an hour has passed for that idea, so be very careful. Okay, any other questions, guys? Type it in the chat. I'll be able to help you. If there's a candle of the opposite color in the retracement, for example, three candles and the zone still valid. If there's, hold on, let me read it again. Sorry. If there is a candle of the opposite color in the retracement, for example, three candles, is the zone still valid? So let me get it right. So you're saying that we have our zone, right? Let's say this is our golden zone, right? I just want to understand what you're saying and see if I get it right. So you're saying next candle closes below, right? Let's say we're looking for that bearish momentum. Candle closes bearish, next candle closes bearish, and the next candle closes bearish. You're saying if this is still valid, like if this idea is still valid, is that what you're saying? Like if the break one comes out, we get that check mark, boom, and then it continues the next two candles. Is this zone still valid? Is that what you're asking me? Is that what you're asking me there, Big Cat? Yep, okay, perfect. So that's a very good question. If you see this, and a lot of the times it gets close to the exit level, right? Because we do see it that it gets close to the exit level. You see it get close right up to that exit level, but it returns to the zone. You can still use it, but remember it has to close outside the zone, and there cannot be a checker flag present. If a checker flag is present before it comes back up and does the retest, it could be, on this candle it came down a little bit more and it touched, and that's it. If the checker flag, I repeat, if the checker flag is present at any given time of this, forget about the idea. Okay? Forget about the idea. Don't look at it. It doesn't matter if it didn't do the retest or not. If the checker flag appears. If the checker flag doesn't appear, wait for the candle to do the retest. If it does the retest, wait for it to close outside the zone. Remember, this candle, when it comes back to the zone, it cannot close in. It cannot close a little bit. It cannot close, halfway through. No, it has to close completely out the zone. Okay? Has to close completely out the zone. You guys get me? You guys understand what I mean by that? Did that answer your question? Hope that answered your question. Let me know if that answered your question. Oh yeah, gold's gonna keep going. Yeah, remember, I'm waiting for it to cross that 1916. If it crosses that 1916, then I want to wait to see. 1915. Sorry, 1915. I'm like 1916. 1915. I'm gonna wait for it to cross it and see what it does, and maybe look for that continuation lower. Perfect. Thanks. 100%. Thank you. No problem, guys. No problems. But we're getting closer to the end of the session. Let me know if you guys have any more questions. Please type it on the chat. I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of time here to type those questions in. And don't forget to leave some feedback, guys. Let me know in the chat. Okay. Any other questions, guys? Yes, yes, yes. What's the entry confirmation on Gold Watch? Entry confirmation is when it gets to the zone, because Gold Watch is more of a long-term style. So let's go back over here and we're gonna go through. Let's talk about Euro USD. Okay, we can talk about Euro USD. So we got Euro USD. You can see that obviously it was put out not too long ago, like an hour ago, if so. What's the entry confirmation? Unique closure in the hit level. For it to close in that hit level, be patient, wait for it to close in that hit level, mostly in the institutional level, 1.06300. That's when you realize that the market is at that institutional level, and that's pretty much, you can see the gold zone here where you got to look for that movement, right? So that's important on that level. Okay, see what else we got here. That's the confirmation zone. Pretty much you'll see a confirmation zone. There isn't a confirmation like yours, kind of like wait for the candle to close, wait for the retest, a check mark. No, it'll just be something like that. Okay, you'll see this emoji. Okay, you'll see this. Okay, if we have multiple zones at the same level in short period of time as earlier today on the 5-minute time frame, should we take them all? No, don't take them all. No, you don't take them all. You take the one that looks and closes the best, because like I explained earlier, on that earlier today on the 5-minute time frame, when we have that type of scenario, let's say for example right here, it was this zone in general right here, that I was explaining. Let me go to the 5-minute time frame. This zone right here in general, this one, right? It was bouncing in and out of the zone a lot of times. Like I said, look and wait for those confirmations, because the bearish idea was the best. This bearish idea was the best, and it didn't touch exit, because from, let's say from here, from 24.5, because it's 24.5, 24.5, 15 pips up. Let's see if it touch exit. I know I already didn't touch exit. It would be 24.5 plus 15, that gives us 26, right? Well, no, am I right? 24.5 and 5, and then 10 from here. I think it might have been fairly close, but remember, I explained to you guys, it didn't activate because it closed above, right? But I'm saying sometimes you can make that mistake. 10 pips from there. Hold on, 10 pips there. 5 and 6. It would have been close. But either way, I'm just trying to explain the retest, because this one wouldn't have been active because it closed above in the zone, right? But I'm saying, if by any chance neither of these would have worked, the only one that would have worked was if it was above that, but neither of these would have worked. That's why I was saying you have to wait perfectly to answer your question on that retest candle. You have to wait perfectly on that retest candle. Okay, that is the best thing you can do, and take the best one, so you're not stressing over like, oh, I took this buy because this one closed. That's the thing, because this one closed above, then it's looking for a bullish momentum. You know what I mean? Because this one closed below, it looks for bearish. So you have to prepare yourself for the best move. Okay, you have to prepare yourself for the best move. So wait. That's why I train you guys, and I say wait for the best retest. Wait for the best structure, because it's gonna repeat it over and over and over. So don't stress yourself. Just look for the best structure. If you see that the market has been bouncing around that zone a bunch of times, just in the last, from 625 up until 23rd until 25th. What time is this? 6:25 a.m. We can even go back more to London. Like, look, even London session was bouncing around that zone, right? So it's something that we got to keep in mind, and something that we have to say. If you see that the market has been working one zone too much, wait for the best structure. Wait for the best break and retest, and be patient. That's the only thing I ask. Don't go crazy. Just like, oh, this one popped up, this one popped up, this one popped up. No, remember, you have risk management. We have to concentrate on at least one idea a day. Okay? Putting buy or sell limits isn't the way to go. It's not that it isn't the way to go. You can do it, but you have to be first things first. You have to be the main reason behind the strategy is that you pay attention to the closure of the candle. If you don't pay attention to the closure of the candle, you have to be extremely strict with your invalidation level or with your stop loss, because you're putting a limit. It means you're not going to be watching the idea. You're going to be away from the computer, and it's fine. You can do it, but obviously you have to take that risk in that you not watching that retest. The candle can close inside the zone again, and then the probabilities of reacting to the side you want may take a little bit longer. Okay, so those are important things we got to keep an eye on, guys. But my time's coming up. I appreciate every single one of you. I appreciate all of you. Remember, we are going to be changing. I'm going to try to keep this time frame for a little bit longer. I'm going to keep this time frame and work with you guys. Might have to change in the near future because there's a lot of us on this time. So from my part, just be patient, plug into these sessions, learn, ask questions, whatever you need. What are you thinking? How long are alerts valid for? Please, like I explained, 5-minute alerts. If it's past more than 45 minutes, don't bother looking at it. Or if it's consolidated and you see a check mark and a flag, don't bother looking at it. 15-minute and 30-minute, I would say about an hour. Hour and a half at max, you can look at it. If it's 15-minute, look for an hour. But more than that, guys, I recommend not to even stress yourself. Just wait for the market to move, wait for it to cross another level, and generate another idea. Okay, thank you guys so much. I hope you guys have yourself a great day. I hope you guys take care. Ciao, ciao, family. Love you. Take care, family.